There's a new update posted this year. So X ended up knocking up the chick he'd been cheating with 3 months later, and he'd been cheating on me since before we were engaged. Oh. Then tried to call me to come back because he caught her talking to male friends about a video game and accused her of cheating.
Why is it always the ones you most expect?
I basically told me to get over it and stop calling me. Looking back, it was almost a decade of passive, emotional A-word and controlling behavior. Lots of guilt to assuage his own and controlling behavior. You know, I've said this so many times, with people that like accuse you of cheating, they either one, have trust issues, which is very possible, or they think you're capable of the behavior because they're capable of it. In other words, they're the ones cheating. He was breaking up with me to control me, etc. Things happening the way they did, leaving me the morning of my bridal shower, making me call everyone on both sides to tell them to not show up because he wouldn't respond, totaling my car, cheating. Oh yeah, the car totaling. Honestly, was probably the only way I could easily flip a switch and move on. Like, WTF was I thinking, because I'd been with him since I was basically a child still. It was the best thing that could have happened. It sucks it had to be so traumatic, but it was probably the only guaranteed way to end it. I've since been married and divorced, separated a year after marriage, divorced about 6 months later, met a guy a year after the original post happened who was basically my ex's opposite and was seemingly out of his league. He was perfect until the day after we got married, and it was like something flipped. Looking back, there was zero signs. Later, I caught him spending tons of money on OF. Oh, man, you just got luck with guys, babe.
Boy, you sure know how to pick them.
Messaging random OF models on Twitter all day in DMs and replies, and ended up having an emotional affair with a chick he met on WoW and convinced me to be friends with. We can't talk about the rest of the things that are in this paragraph, but let's just say OP does not have good luck meeting guys. Clearly, I know how to pick him. I guess to me, he seemed safe at the time. He said all the right things, and honestly, I don't believe there were signs. He just hid it well until he felt he didn't have to anymore. 2 or 3 years later, after remaining single, me and a friend I've known passively for years just started talking because we both watched the same show no one else would watch. History for us is we met in a small Discord that are in real life friends only, and had been in there for years together. I'd met him like 2 times at meetups, but we never really talked as he's a friend of a friend. We played in the same MMO too, but we're in different groups, so never really talked. Apparently, he fell first, but stayed distant because he knew I was still recovering from my last 2 exes. His best friend also sent me screenshots later of him gushing about me, but not telling him who I was, and how he never wants to stop talking about me, but doesn't want to scare me off. His friend vouched that something about me changed him. I ended up tentatively getting interested because I knew people who vouched for him, multiple knowing him since they were 5 years old, saying he's probably the most stand-up guy they know. I love how you need like references now, but honestly, fair enough. They said he's very reserved, almost robotic in terms of emotions, but will do anything for anyone without being asked or expecting anything just because it's right. And never fibbing or lying or hiding things because he just didn't understand why. His best friend jokes he probably has a sprinkle of tism. He's had 2 exes on like 10 years and is happy alone and has never talked about them and only said that it just didn't work out versus calling them crazy or B words.
B is for bad.
Long story short, I moved across the country for him, and he's the best person I know. We have a child, yay! And he's the most supportive and loving partner and father. Truly an involved parent, and strives to make sure I'm not the primary caregiver. Or on the few times I am, he makes sure I never have to think about anything else. Traditional in the sense that he wants to provide for us and refuses to accept any financial contribution from me. Ooh, yes! Yeah! But doesn't want me to be barefoot in the kitchen serving him. So house chores and mental workload is split.
We have finally found us a good one.
Okay, I kind of love that. Like, not kind of, like I really love that for you, babes. If I had to go through my 2 exes again, knowing I'd meet him, I'd do it 1,000,000 times over. He's genuinely my best friend, making me laugh constantly, takes interest in things I like, and is the best person I ever could have imagined for me.